everyone, welcome to Barb's Backyard Vittles. It's been a long time. Today we're going to be doing some Jack Daniel's Tennessee beef tips is what they call it by the recipe. So we have some butter and now we're going to braise our meat and then we're going to add in the rest of our ingredients. And I want to say thank you to Jason and Rachel Campbell for their supervision with the fire starting. We have a nice fire going today. So we want to make sure that we are good to go. And it's pretty hot in my Dutch oven, so it's not going to take long at all for this beef to braise. And in addition to our beef tips today, we are going to have some mashed potatoes, and we're going to throw in some bacon and a few other goodies to make it really yummy. So we'll be back with you in a little bit as we put some more ingredients in, so stay tuned. We're continuing on with our beef tips. We have the beef in the pot, we braised it. We now have added some garlic, some onion, and some mushrooms. And we're going to let this simmer here for a few minutes. We have our potatoes. We're going to get the fire built up, so we'll get those to a boil. And then I still have some other ingredients to add in. I have to add in the burgundy wine, the Jack Daniel's naturally, and some crushed tomatoes into the beef tips, and I'm going to cover it and let it simmer for about an hour. Potatoes should be good and ready by then. I got to cook up some bacon yet for the potatoes, but we'll get to that there in a little bit. So we'll see you back in a few minutes. If they could only smell it. Hey, this is Barb. I lost my cameraman, so I'm trying to give you an idea of what's going on. I've added my brown gravy, which was bouillon cubes and sugar. So now we have a nice little roux going. And part of my sinuses, it's naturally that time of the year again. I'm trying to do like a Mike Rowe and do this myself, and we'll see how this works. So I'm going to be adding now some crushed tomato to our little group there. It's a big can, so I don't need all of it. And then the last thing, well, it's actually second to last, is some burgundy wine. And I do my mom's eyeball, you know, this is what it's supposed to be. And we'll give this a stir while I sniff, which is very rude, so I apologize. It's probably not going to get me on that TV show that I applied for, but it sure does look good, doesn't it? And this is going to be served over mashed potatoes, and I'm going to be switching these out here and putting the potatoes lower to the fire so they'll start to boil while this continues. And there's one more ingredient that we need, and that's over here on my work table, so bear with me as we walk. It's kind of messy because like I said, I don't have my sous chef. And our last ingredient is the Jack Daniel's, which, as George would say, is the most important part. So we'll put that in. And naturally I left my stirring utensil over at the table, but that's pretty much where we're at right now. So I'm going to give that a stir, then we're going to switch them around so we can get the potatoes to come to a boil. I got to get my bacon going here while I have smoke coming into my eyes. And then while that's doing its thing, is I'm going to go over to the other side of the BBV and I'm going to climb into the hammock for a few minutes. So I hope you enjoy your Sunday afternoon, and I'll show you the finished product in a few minutes. Bye. Alright friends, welcome back. We've finished up the meal. We had to bring it inside because George has to see the last 15 or 20 laps or so of the NASCAR race. But we have our beef tips, which are Tennessee beef tips because they have the Jack Daniel's in them and some burgundy wine. We have the mashed potatoes that has our bacon and our onion and a little bit of garlic in it, just a little bit of garlic. George doesn't like garlic too much. And we have some greens, so we have our asparagus. So this is our Sunday meal from Barb's Backyard Vittles, which is currently inside for the moment. But I want to wish you God bless, and we will see you soon.